Shalom, shalom, Salakia. Um, this is the brother Maccabee from Salakia from COS, the Colorado Springs Sons of Jacob Camp. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wukak, Wadash. All right. I would also like to say double honors unto the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. All right. And I would like to extend a sincere shalom to other fellow like-minded Akim out there who are, as well as the Akwath listening and learning, who are pushing and teaching this truth to the four corners, four winds of the earth, risking their freedom and safety to do so. To you, I say shalom. Okay. I just had a few things I wanted to touch on, but just, man, some of the things going on in Babylon, man, within the last week. This has been a very, I guess you could say, active week for a lot of these prophecies, man, for a lot of things that, for some brothers, they were recently told or learned, and for some brothers have known for years. And, I can still vividly remember, actually 12 years ago to the date almost, learning about a lot of these prophecies, being taught a lot of these prophecies as a younger man. And to see them, coming to pass and happening in the world, and these people, basically the heathen and these Edomites who are leading them, so to speak, as the head nation in charge, they basically running around like chickens with their heads cut off, man. They look ridiculous in the public eye. So, just as far as from whether it's, shit like this here with Kamala Harris not quarantining after she was in contact with COVID-19 positive people, just the hypocrisy and the all around, wickedness and, just ridiculousness of Esau Edom, man, is coming to a head, man. The nations are starting to be fed up with Esau Edom, running things and clamoring and causing all this chaos, man. All right. You got that situation down in Cuba taking place, man, where the basically, man, Cuba's in a state of like civil war, man. All right. And the nations, Russia, China, and Iran have basically have instructed the U.S. like by no means should you come up in here. So, let's just get into some of these scriptures, but just to start off, man, I want to get this here in John before I start going in. But this is John 20 and 29. All right, and it's the Most High, Salakia. It's Yahweh Shai, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right, having a conversation with Thomas. Okay, and it reads, this is John 20 and 29. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Okay, blessed are they that have not seen and yet believed. All right. And with that being said, man, what Yahweh Shai is getting across there is, man, blessed are the Akim and the brothers and in this fold that have this faith, this overbearing faith, man. All right. For brothers who have endured and factored and been around, for a long time, brothers come and go, or this or that or whatever. But for people who have endured any type of, hardship through this truth, or done time in this truth, you learn that, man, we have a faith that our faith is laid up in the Most High, man, which we've not seen in a long time. We've not seen the powers and the miracles that Adeshadia, who the nations fear, who is Yahweh, or the Most High God, the God of the Israelites. We've not seen or witnessed his powers on the earth in a way that the old world did, man, or the way that it used to manifest in the old way. So for us to continue to have this faith, and the faith that not that Babylon would fall, the faith that that the kingdoms of E wouldn't stand, that they were going to crumble and come to financial ruin, and that eventually they're going to go into change and suffer slavery under the sons of Jacob, man. All right, those are all things that have not come to pass. That faith in the nuclear holocaust, the World War III, the stab and jab, accompanied with the RFID microchip tracking device that will be the new thing, as well as mandatory vaccinations and not allowing all these things are prophecies that the scripture speaks on, that we've been given the Spirit. If the Most High gave you the Spirit and the ability, the gift to endure and to believe these things without seeing them, man. So to see them come to pass is even more beautiful, man. All right, just wanted to make mention of that real quick. So here we go. Let me jump into this and just talk about Babylon is fallen, man. All right, Babylon is fallen. It's fallen flat on its face. And these Edomites, they don't know how to fix it, man. There's a lot of panic going on. I watch certain, what people I guess would call conspiracy theorists channels, but mostly they mostly report, man, on wealth, on Edomite, on how the Babylonian, draconian system wealth works in Babylon. They're all experts in it. All right, whether it be Gregory Mannarino or the ATV video guy Christopher Green, all right, who puts up videos constantly about the state and welfare of America, man. And these are all Edomites these are all, so-called Edomites, or appear to be Edomites, who want Babylon to continue. So they're stricken by this, man. All right. So, this is James 5:1, and it reads, Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten." And that's essentially what America's dealing with now, man, okay? "Your silver and gold is cankered, and the rust of them shall bear witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were a fire. And ye have heaped treasures together for the last days." All right. "And behold, the hire of laborers who reap down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Mashiach, Salakia, of Yahweh of Sabah." Okay, and that being basically what's being said there, man. Is that, man, the money that's being exchanged now in Babylon, the value of gold is supposed to equal the value of the dollar. But in the current system in America, the value of gold going up equals the devaluation of the dollar. All right. So the dollar is deplenished because there's nothing backing it. A dollar is a measurement for people who don't understand that. A dollar is a weight measurement. All right, that you have a dollar weight measurement of gold is what is supposed to basically construct the idea that you can take a paper that says you have that measurement in gold locked away in a bank somewhere. All right, money is not what people think it is, and the American dollar has gone bad. All right, because these nations, they no longer want to deal with America, and for reasons of, obviously they're treacherous to deal with. They make back, they break all their treaties, they make backsliding deals, they put red tape on everything so that you making an agreement, but the agreement really is that you're fucked and it only benefits them. These are the things that so-called America, so-called England, Australia, the nations of E, they do this, man. All right. This is how they get down. Salakia, 1 second. Let me see. I got one more. Salakia. All right. Let me jump over here. This is Luke 12. Okay. Okay. This is Luke 12 and 20. Okay, and it reads, but Yahweh said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee, and then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself is not rich towards Yahweh. All right. As in speaking about this so-called, system that's in place in the major nations that he is in control of. Okay. They lay up riches and wickedness for themselves while they cause strife and inflation and other issues amongst the people, whether that be famine, because the United States is going through a famine, so is Europe, all right, and this is going to be one of the worst ones that we've experienced in this lifetime, all right, if not the worst one that we've experienced in this lifetime, okay. But that's where that's coming from, man. Okay, you got these major nations across the world rejecting the petrodollar. That's why you have the gas prices going up, the food prices going up. You got major inflation taking place. To be totally honest, this is something that we've been speaking on for a long time, but these things are actually taking place in America today as we speak. Okay, you do have major inflation taking place in America. Okay, the DHS has actually tried to deny it, but then they turned around and double spoke and told people to prepare for a famine, to prepare for inflation. All right. As 2019 was, and from 2019 to now, it's been nothing but basically chaos and violence at an escalating pace in America, man. All right. And then the American dollar has been failing and breaking down, and people are now starting to realize and see that there's really nothing standing behind it ever since Andrew Jackson took the United States off the gold standard, and had and allowed the federal banks to come in and sit on immunity, on lands of immunity, which the central banks essentially sit on, so you can't really touch them. At the end of the day, man, it's all wickedness, man. All right, it's all wickedness. All of these things are wickedness, and this is all contributing. Everything you're witnessing is contributing to the Most High coming back. All right, with His Son, stomping this place out. The fall of America is imminent. All right, there's nothing you can do. All right. But the crashing of this economy, which is what you're witnessing, is what's going to bring in the RFID chip. Okay, the economy crashing and everything coming to an end, and basically me and Yada, my brother, we spoke about this. We spoke about some of the things Esau was doing and the way this was going, and we was like, man, it's almost like they built. The whole system is breaking down, but it's funneling back to them, to where you need to go back to Egypt, so to speak, or to Pharaoh to get out of it, which is the end game. The end game is funnel everything back to themselves, so they can give everybody that chip, which is why they want to this stab and jab thing to go over, so that they can move on to the next step, which is implanting everybody with the RFID. Okay. Spoken of in Revelation 13, and here I'll just go grab it since we're speaking on it. All right, because gold is going to crush the Fed eventually. It's bound to happen. If not, if not, it can happen any moment. Don't rest your loins or your laurels or fall asleep at the wheel, whatever you want to call it. Don't do that, because you do that for too long, you're gonna wake up one day and your bank account gonna be empty. You ain't gonna have nothing. That central bank, all of that is coming to a close, man. The dollar is dying. But let's get this Revelation 13 real quick. And yeah, we're gonna get Revelation 13. I'll start at 9. All right. This is Revelation 13 and 9, and it reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity, all right, we know who did it, shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. Once again, going back to that John 20 and 29, the patience of the saints, having the faith in something not seen. All right. That this is what's going to be taking place. He's going to be doing these things, making these moves in the earth when it's time for the Most High to make his moves. So we witnessing that take place now. So the patience and the faith of the saints is that we know that at the end, for all the treachery that you do, for all the evil that you do, for all the killing, for all the bloodshed, for all the murder, for all the starvation and the rape, robbery, and murder of the children of Israel, at the end of it, he that leadeth into captivity, all right, so that hardcore bondage that you've made the Israelites serve time and time again, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right, and there's still swords being used today. Don't be dumb. A gun is the modern day sword. Okay, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon, and he exercised all power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell within to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. All right, that first original fall of the Roman Empire, being spread out to the Caucasus Mountains and being locked away for that 1,000-year period during the Dark Ages before returning during the Renaissance and doing it all over again, thus getting to the point we're at now. Okay, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. By the means of those miracles he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. All right, going forward, same thing, man. You got that false image that's been taken all across the earth at the ends of spears and sword tips. All right, so that image was pushed forward out into the earth during what you call the Renaissance, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many people would not worship the image should be killed. All right, Christianity, Catholicism, all that nonsense. All right, and you do wind up, the natives in the Northern Kingdom were put to the end of the spear and the sword at the wake of that image, man. Okay, where was I at now? I think I was Slovakia. This is 16. And he caused all both, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads, that stab and jab, along with that RFID microchip. That's what they're speaking of right there. And that no man might buy or sell or save that he had the mark and the name of the beast and the number of his name. And here's the wisdom: let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and it is 666. All right. With all of that there being, man, that's speaking on that final step when he implements these mandatory things like they did in France, that if you wanna be part of this society, part of this culture, part of this world, so to speak, you will have to take the stab and jab. You will have to receive the so-called mark of the beast, the RFID chip, that more likely is to come out with it at some point, if it isn't already. Okay, Salakia. Let me get one more script real quick, and then I'll call it a day on this one. Salakia. Now, this is Jeremiah 17. And Shalakia. This is for something. I'm trying to save it for something for another time. Oh, you see? Screen messing with me. Come on, y'all know what I'm doing. Just trying to save it. Salak, but down to 11 of Jeremiah 7:17 and 11, and it reads, As a partridge sitteth on eggs and hatcheth them not, so he that getteth riches, and not by right, shall leave them in the midst of his days, and at the end he shall be a fool. All right, so that get money spirit that be on Jacob, man, that get money, that whole thing, that whole idea, man, comes from the enemy. All right, for starters, and you look foolish doing that. That's how these people look, man, trying to hold on and contain something that they have here in Babylon that they're gonna lose anyway. All right, the Most High's gonna rip that from underneath them. All right, they're not ever gonna be allowed to go forward from what basically the Most High will allow them to do. All right. Lord willing, this lesson was somewhat edifying. I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rukakadash. Double honors unto the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. All right. And a sincere shalom to all you Akim out there who are pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners, four winds of the earth, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so. To you Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning, I say shalom. Until next time.